Hey, this is Alpha for Shock's video guide, and today we're going to be taking a look at another Heart of the Swarm unit, the Protoss Tempest. Now the Tempest, as we can see from this replay that I went somewhat through to show you the unit, is an air unit which builds from the Stargate. It requires a fleet beacon to be unlocked, and it's actually quite interesting because it's a real siege unit for the Protoss race in Heart of the Swarm that to some extent only really the Colossus and the underused carrier had really filled that role before. So we're going to take a look at this unit now. It costs 300 minerals and 200 gas as well as 4 supply and takes 60 seconds to build. So that's a fairly long build time for a unit, but it's not too long. It's what you'd expect of a capital ship. The price is somewhat expensive, and you can see the Oracle firing up here, at what seems to be a pretty long range. How long is that range? Well, it's 15 range, which is longer than that of a siege tank for the Terran race. So really this is truly a siege unit. And let's just think for a minute about the different ways that this could be used. Now, in Wings of Liberty, Protoss players were having a ton of trouble dealing with slow but powerful compositions like Infestor Broodlord that Zerg could get out. And they would sit behind a wall of spore crawlers and spine crawlers, and the Protoss would be pretty much unable to poke at that at all and trade efficiently because they lacked a unit that could stay out of range of fungal growth while simultaneously doing some damage. Now with the Tempest, we see that with its 15 range, it outranges pretty much every Zerg unit that there is, which means that it could very easily deal with Infestor Broodlord and just snipe Broodlord from a safe distance out of range of fungal. The fact that it's an air unit is also helpful because it means that it can't be attacked back by Broodlords or Roaches or Zerglings or really anything that can attack air, obviously. Now, let's take a little bit of a look at the unit's stats. The Tempest has 2 attacks, one of which targets ground units and one of which targets air units. Now, the air attack is pretty unremarkable. It's a 36 damage attack with a weapon speed of 3.3, which is fairly slow. This is, after all, a season, but it's not too slow. What's interesting is the air-to-air attack, which does 36 damage plus a whopping additional 50 versus massive, which scales with upgrades as well. So this unit is essentially designed to take out Infestor Broodlord and other capital ships. So it's really going to play a lot into the Protoss metagame for Heart of the Swarm race, and it's even being used to great effect in the beta. Zerg players are no longer even opting to go for Infestor Broodlord so much of the time just because of how strong the Tempest is against that particular composition. In addition, it's important to note that the Tempest is really good against broadside, making an impact in the Protoss versus Protoss matchup, which is important because Protoss versus Protoss in Wings of Liberty often boils down to a very Colossus-heavy endgame, which means that with the addition of the Tempest, we might see a little bit more of a split switch, perhaps in the Void Ray Tempest or Stalker Tempest or something like that. And with regard to Terran, it's difficult to know how the Tempest will play into things just because Terrans tend to stay on that biotech for most of the game. But it's possible that if Mech becomes viable, we could see Tempest being used to pick off sieged up tanks in escape range and things like that, which will lead to a really interesting dynamic. So as you can see, the Tempest is a high-tech siege air unit for the Protoss race, which attacks at a very long range, has a reasonable move speed, takes quite a bit of time to build, is fairly expensive, and does a lot of damage to massive air units. Its primary focus is to take out massive air units, and indeed units from a long range. When you have quite a few Tempests, you can really start one-shotting different targets. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been Alpha for Shock's video guide. Stay tuned and please feel free to check out our existing library of strategies, tips, and more. We'll be back next time with another look at some more Heart of the Swarm units. Thanks for watching.